Hello everyone, my name is Aarushi Singh and today we are going to talk about a game that's not just a game at the same time. Axie Infinity. Now that's a name that would perhaps ring a bell if you're active in gaming communities or you keep up with the cryptocurrency market. Axie Infinity is a non-fungible token-based online video game developed by a Vietnamese studio, Sky Mavis. The game is known for its in-game economy and it uses Ethereum-based cryptocurrencies in it. Well, the game was released in the March of 2018 and it skyrocketed in popularity in 2020. At one point of time, the studio boasted of having more than 1 million active users in the game and seeing transactions worth $2.3 billion happening inside the game.
But before diving into the technical aspect of the game and the larger system it's part of, let's talk about the game itself. The company website describes the game as a competitive game with an idle battle system. Basically, if you tap enough, you will level up and eventually unlock more features and systems. The more you play, the more the game grows. The game's setting is filled with little creatures called Axies that players can collect as pets. The players aim to battle, breed, collect, raise, and build kingdoms for their Axies.
Now, if you look at the technical aspect of it, Axie Infinity is built on the Ronin network, an Ethereum-linked sidechain developed by Sky Mavis themselves. The game's official cryptocurrency is known as AXS, Axie Infinity Shards. The company marketed the game with a play-to-earn model, which is also described as pay-to-play-to-earn model, where after participants pay the starting cost, they can earn an Ethereum-based in-game cryptocurrency by playing the game. According to the company website, Axie Infinity allows the users to cash out their tokens every 14 days. But here is the catch. This game has been described as gambling because it's overly reliant on its new flow of users. Some former players even describe the game as a glorified Ponzi scheme or a glorified pyramid scheme due to the structuring of the game, which I would be discussing a bit later on. Let's focus on three main problems seen in the game and the system of cryptocurrencies and NFTs it is so intricately a part of. Since the game is relatively in its infancy stage and is also a part of a system which is rapidly changing, there are many cracks and problems that its users and critics have started noticing. The obvious NFTs and cryptocurrency have come under much scrutiny recently due to their very obvious negative impact on the environment. For instance, the NFTs they are considered harmful for the environment because they take a lot of energy to mint. For example, minting a single NFT using a proof of work blockchain uses the same amount of electricity that an average American household uses in 47.4 days. Keeping this in mind and also considering the other drawbacks of NFTs and cryptocurrencies, it is not surprising that many people consider this as a colossal waste of energy. And not to forget their impact on the economical, sociological, and environment aspect of our society. Tackling the issues imposed by the surge of NFTs and cryptocurrencies is certainly not going to be easy for us. More game specific level, the downsides are not just in the fact that it's not environment friendly, but also how people use this gaming platform. If we remove the gaming aspect of it, we can easily observe that the game is more of a cryptocurrency. So, after the pandemic struck and many daily wage workers lost their jobs, they were negatively impacted. Many turned towards this game to earn income. In 2022, players from Philippines accounted for over 40% of Axie Infinity's total number of players. Venezuela has a growing number of Axie Infinity players, and they rank currently second. In practice, Axie is a lesson in the dangers of pay to earn. While the game can make you money, it can also create debt. Playing the game requires a starting roster of 3 Axie NFTs, which can only be acquired on the secondary market, and it typically costs around a couple of $100. So the players they turn towards Axie scholarship programs, wherein the wealthy players they front the buy-in in exchange for a cut of profits. This system is a free market system, and it's not officially approved by the Sky Mavis themselves. But in countries like Venezuela and Philippines, it has become a common mode of interacting with the game itself. Similar to the Ponzi scheme and extremely reflective of the real world power hierarchy, it is apparent how people with the most money will end up making more money on the backs of lower income wage earners. The third apparent issue is with its safety. tech companies boast about the safety of blockchain transactions. So did Axie Infinity. But on March 23rd of this year, $620 million was stolen. This happened because the game uses the spin-off of Ethereum linked sidechain, which is Ronin network, to avoid the congestion of the main network. To conclude, the world of cryptocurrency, NFTs, and the games related to it are still in its infancy stage, with a boatload of issues and negative problems associated with it. Before venturing into it, it's very important to be aware of the risks and the negative problems associated with the game, and not to be swept off by the fear of missing out on the next big thing and be bedazzled by the complicated and fancy terminology, and keep our minds open.